Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a fragrance from the house of Mugler. So today we have this beauty here. This is part of the Les Exceptions collection. I don't know if this collection is still available. If you go on Mugler's website, they still show it, but they don't let you buy it from their site directly. And you go into department stores and you can't really find it. It's a little bit rare, a little bit difficult to get your hands on, but this is what we have here today. This is one of the ones that is still manufactured if it is still available, which is the one of Hot Cologne. And this is what the packaging looks like. I did do a review on another one of these here with the old packaging, but this is what the updated packaging looks like. So you get a black box that says Mugler Les Exceptions. You do get the size here. It is an odd size 80 mils or 2.7 fluid ounces. So it's not a full 100 mils or 3.4 fluid ounces. So yeah, it's a little weird why they did that. But this fragrance was originally launched under Clarins and now it is manufactured, if it's still manufactured, under L'Oreal. So once you take the box off, you do get this lovely other cardboard box. It is a very soft, textured material. You want to see that it has a nice little texture to it. It doesn't have any other information on it. It has some stuff here, but that's about it. We do get Mugler and then Les Exceptions. And then you get this. This is a very unique, very nice touch that they have actually put into this fragrance. It's a metal thing. I'm not sure what else you could use this for, but if you collect these fragrances, these are definitely nice to keep for something because it does have the Thierry Mugler star that we're so familiar with from Angel. And then you open this up, et voila, what a beautiful bottle. I really do like the packaging of these. It is one of my favorite packagings from the designer Rome of Private Lines. And you open this up, just so you do know, this does come out, so you can use this box for like storage or something. Inside of the box, you also get this very nice, the Circle card. I'm assuming it's some kind of loyalty program that they have with their fragrances. It does give you a authenticity code on here or a code for you to sign up or something. And then this itself is a very nice leather-like, leatherette type of material that is the insert, but very nice packaging, very premium, very expensive. I would certainly say that it is hands down one of the best packaging experiences on the market when it comes to these private lines. Typically you get this, cardboard box and that's it. This one takes a little bit more details and input into making the fragrance a special moment. But you might not even care about that. You might want to just see this one here. And this is what the bottle looks like. It is a glass and metal enclosure. This side here is metal. On the previous video, I did say that this top part is metal. And this top part here, this here is a actual acrylic type of lid. It does have some glass in it, or at least it feels like glass. It might not even be. But the bottle itself is glass, certainly. Just so you know, when you take this off, I had this problem with one of the original ones that I purchased, Woodism. This itself is not the easiest to take off, so I will give you a full warning about that. So you kind of have to pressure it off, but this is what happens. This here will kind of come undone because it is a refillable bottle. So if you see that, if you decide to travel with it, make sure to screw this on as tightly as you possibly can because it does come loose a little bit. And when that happens, the lid will not close. It kind of rattles and does all this weird crap. I actually decided to pull out two of my favorite ones here. These are from Acqua di Parma, some of the best actual fragrances when it comes to the cologne style. I mean, they are known for their colognes, of course. That's what they are big for. But these are two of my favorite, which is Intensa and Pura. They're my favorite ones, actually. And I do like the original one, but I don't have that bottle anymore. I decided to pull those out so we can compare and contrast because colognes can kind of blend in together and kind of all smell the same. So let's test this out to see if it's good. What do I think about it? Is it worth the price? Is it not worth the price? What's the longevity like? Let's find all of that information out. Start off, we're gonna spray some on this little cart here. And I can already tell you it's a little different than what we have here. So obviously the Colonia Pura, which is this guy here, is going to be a little bit more of a fresh, cleaner scent. And this one does too. It does have a clean aesthetic to it. It kind of has that background note. When testing it, I was like, what is that? I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like, it's something that I've smelled before. And what it is essentially, I don't know if anyone has done this. If you go to the actual department store, you decide to spray a bunch of fragrances because you can't make your mind up. So you're just spraying, spraying, spraying away. And then they hand you a cup of coffee, full of coffee beans. You sniff that. And I know that that is something that people think re-cleanses your palette of nose. It doesn't. It just adds coffee to it. What ends up happening is you end up smelling every other fragrance and kind of have that little coffee hint in there as well. And this is what I'm getting from this. It's like that remnant of coffee in the background. It's not listed as a note though, so I'm not sure where it's coming from. I take that back. It actually is listed as one of the notes, but it's listed as green coffee. We also get lemon, ginger, bergamot, petitgrain, mandarin orange, cardamom, and orange blossom. So that's what this really reminds me of, and that's probably why I don't even know why I did not put two and two together and figure out that it actually does have coffee in it. But it does smell like that to me. It smells like if you were to go into the men's section and spray all the colognes, and then you have that little coffeeness in the back of your nose. It kind of smells like that. When this fragrance dies down, I will say this, that's kind of all you have left. This fragrance was launched in 2016, and the perfumer for this fragrance is Jean-Christophe Herbert Hubert. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's probably French of some sorts. But this fragrance, like I said, it has been around for a while now. 2016, it's not the newest. It's not a spring chicken anymore. It's approaching its 10-year mark. And it is a fragrance that is very much still in line with today's fragrances. Now, I will say this, the price point from what I remember, I don't know what it is now because again, you can't find it online on a actual seller website like Bloomingdale's or Macy's or Bergdorf Goodman. If you do know of any site that actually still sells this, definitely let me know down in the comments because I would really like to know what the prices on these are. But I remember them being 230, 240 US dollars or 250, somewhere around that ballpark range. And I do think that for a cologne, it's a little hard to justify that because colognes typically are not long wearing. Now, this one is considered to be a concentration of eau de parfum, which is going to be higher in oil concentration, but it's not even about that. It's the composition type when it comes to a cologne. Composition, what I mean is there's a structure that notes are put together, and colognes are typically made in a very different format than what your eau de parfums are. You usually work from top to bottom with eau de parfums, and then you add the oils to it, and then obviously the oil concentration has some factor in there, at least in traditional perfumery. And the notes with eau de colognes work a little bit differently. So this one itself is not going to be your long wearing fragrance. I do think that the rest of the Les Exceptions collection is definitely long wearing. It does wear very well. It does wear for quite a while, and it does leave a nice trail and some sillage behind you. And this one itself, I would say, does have that element to it. So it is going to be long wearing for a cologne, but it's not going to be a long wearing fragrance. So don't go into this thinking, I'm going to get a long wearing fragrance and it's going to be the best fragrance in the world for a cologne because it is going to be fresh, it is going to be clean, it is going to be your eau de cologne type of fragrance, but it is also going to be a very big disappointment if you're thinking you're going to get a long wearing fragrance. But this fragrance is nice for a cologne, I will say that, and I will say that if you do want something from the house of Mugler, then definitely check this one out. I did get mine on, I think it was fragrancebuy.ca. They usually have some pretty good deals. I think this was like 140, somewhere around that ballpark. And typically they do have some pretty good deals on a lot of other fragrances. I do love that site. Not sponsored, but I'm just telling you where to get the good deals. And this is one of the ones that I decided to get from that site. And I would recommend it. I do think it's nice. I think maybe I bought it at the wrong time of year. Obviously, we're going into fall and winter, and right now it's just not going to be worn because I'm not sure about you. I don't wear colognes when it comes to this type of year. And this one would have been a really good one for like the spring, approaching into summer, not necessarily in the actual summer months. It does have some warmth to it, which I typically don't care for. What do you guys think about this fragrance? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What are your thoughts? Let me know all of that down below in the comments. Do you like the packaging? Do you want to try some of it? I did get some comments that you guys wanted to see. I believe it was, I did get some comments that you guys want to see some other ones from this range. And I am working on it, obviously, with, logistics and trying to get everything shipped in, shipped out, all that stuff. I have to plan these videos because obviously I do have a 9 to 5 job, and I do these videos on the weekend and I bulk film them. And I spend all my weekends trying to make content for you. That way you don't have to go out and buy things you don't like and, be disappointed like I was when I first started my fragrance journey. So definitely let me know what your guys' thoughts on this fragrance review are down below. Also, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And I hope to see you on the next review. Bye.